Hi guys, it's Joanna, and today's video I will be talking about perfumes that I changed my mind about. So what I have here are 5 perfumes that were close to be decluttered. However, as I went back to them and used them once again, I decided to keep them instead. The 5 perfumes that I'm going to talk about today were either big no's from my perfume reviews or just meh, and now to big loves and definitely keeping them in my collection. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Joanna and I do reviews and recommendations of affordable and luxury fragrances in my channel. Now, if that sounds appealing to you, then please keep watching and consider subscribing. Alright, first up is Burberry Goddess, and I have reviewed this fragrance since it came out last year, I think, and I didn't like this primarily because of the poor longevity and projection. I remember I mentioned that it has a beautiful scent, but I was disappointed with the longevity and projection. But I noticed that after having it for some time now, it became better. I remember when I tested it before, I described it as something that smells really nice. However, now I think I'm gonna say that this is something that smells amazing. I'm gonna describe this as something like very sophisticated lavender and vanilla combo that is reminiscent of Mon Guerlain, then mixed with some cacao goodness in the background. It is so beautiful and elegant, guys. I am really enjoying this fragrance more than the first time I've tried it. And I must say as well that the longevity kind of changed. I remember from 2 to 4 hours. Now I feel like it lasts me around 4 to 6 hours and it doesn't disappear like that quickly as before. Now I feel like it is giving me just the perfect scent bubble throughout my entire wear. So I am really loving it. I am even considering buying a full bottle of this perfume. And actually I was this close to buy a full bottle the other day because I saw it in promotion. However, I controlled myself and convinced myself as well to finish this 10 ml first before committing to a full bottle. Yeah, but anyway, guys, I definitely changed my mind about this, and it is something so beautiful, so elegant, definitely my vibe. This is an easy everyday fragrance that you can wear from day to nighttime as well. I highly recommend you checking this one out if you haven't already. And also I want to know if you feel the same like I do now, because I remember when this perfume came out, I think people are 50-50 as well about it. But then anyway, now all I can say is that this has grown to a love and I highly recommend it to you guys. Burberry Goddess. Next fragrance is something I never thought that I will change my mind about because I dislike it so much that I mentioned in my previous video about it that it smells like a cat shit. This is Vanille Tahiti by Perris Monte Carlo. And guys, I am changing my mind big time about this fragrance. This to me now is one of the sexiest tropical floral vanilla fragrance that I've ever tried. You know what, guys? I am getting the cat litter smell again on paper right now. However, I've used this several times these days because I am deciding if I should keep it or not. And on my skin, this just turns out to be a very sensual floral vanilla. There's something very sensual and animalic about it. But when I say animalic, is that it's something unexplainable. You know, it is something carnal that is very hard to describe. I think it is the champaca note that is in here that is giving that carnal vibe. And you guys, now I must say that I love this fragrance and I will definitely keep it. To me, this smells like a bronze lady by the beach smothered by tanning oil while eating a vanilla ice cream. It is delicious and sexy at the same time. I don't know, it is so weird. Actually, I want to know if anyone out there feels the same about this fragrance, because I am seriously loving it right now. I will definitely use this upcoming summertime because I am now vibing with this fragrance. It's so weird because this is like one of my most hated fragrances before. And if you watch my channel, you know that as well. It's just amazing how our tastes change, right? Yeah, so now I am really loving this Vanille Tahiti by Perris Monte Carlo, a very sensual tropical vanilla. All right, next up is another fragrance that was in a chopping block for a very long time. However, now I'm bringing her back into my shelf, and this is Bouquet Ideale by Xerjoff. If you watch my channel, you know that I dislike this fragrance a lot in the beginning because I described it before as very spiced kind of fragrance. This to me now is a very sophisticated and luxurious smelling, spicy and woody scent that is giving a sexy vibe as well. I think I got this fragrance when the weather was still very warm and I didn't appreciate it that much. I don't know, maybe it has something to do with that. I feel like the spice that I was getting before is not the same spice that I am getting now. This to me just smells like very luxurious. It is spicy, it is woody, it has that sensual musk in it as well that I am really enjoying. This is definitely back in my perfume shelf. I must say that now I'm not getting food spices like before. This to me now is giving me some elegant spices like that proper cinnamon, nutmeg, slightly smoked tobacco kind of spice, along with heavy woody base. This to me is definitely giving me now a sexy date night scent that is perfect to use in colder seasons, I think. I feel like I got this when the weather was still very warm, so I didn't get like the full potential of this perfume maybe. And when I got back to it during winter time and spring, I just changed my mind about it. I am really loving this now. So yeah, that is Bouquet Ideale by Xerjoff, a very sensual, spicy, and smoky woody scent, perfect for colder seasons. Next up is Kayali Yum Pistachio Gelato. I remember when I reviewed this fragrance when it just came out. I like it. However, it wasn't like something that's giving me like a big like, you know? It was like a like, but kind of like a meh, because I found it to be very musky and I was expecting it to smell like really gourmand, like, you know, how they advertise it, like a yum pistachio gelato. And during that time, it was very weak and I didn't get that pistachio gelato that I was expecting. Guys, these days, when I started wearing their newest release, Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar, I started layering them both. And what I noticed is that Yam Pistachio definitely changed. I must say that this is so pretty and gourmand on me now compared to how it was before. I remember before it was more musky than gourmand. Now I must say that this is really smelling like a very fluffy and cold, yummy pistachio gelato. I feel like it developed a lot. I mean, this is really better compared to how it was before. And when it comes to longevity, this is definitely better now. I remember one of my complaints before as well is that it lasted only for 2 to 4 hours on my skin. And now, guys, I feel like this is lasting me really, really well, like around 6 to 8 hours or even more, especially when I overspray my clothes. This to me now has definitely improved. Love, love, love the scent, and the longevity and projection definitely improved. Yeah, that is Kayali Yum Pistachio Gelato, right? And last but not the least is something that shocked me, and this is Shaghaf Oud Tonka by Swiss Arabian. If you watch my channel, you know how I feel about this fragrance, right? This is a kind of fragrance that I know is good from the very beginning. However, it was just not my vibe. But then, guys, as I was this close to declutter this fragrance, I tried it several times during the week, and I must say that I am changing my mind about it. This on me now smells like a very beautiful and intoxicating powdery cherry almond scent. I think I learned how to use this properly. Basically, in order for me to enjoy it, I can only spray it twice. Because guys, this is a very strong and polarizing fragrance, and I think that's one of the reasons as well. That's why a lot of people don't get along with it, especially at first spray. I will never forget that I choked myself out as well as my husband the first time that I wore this fragrance. I feel like I changed my mind about it because now I know how to use it properly. What works for me, okay? Once again, what works for me is that not to overspray it, only 2 sprays. Now I'm really enjoying it. I find it very sweet still, and yes, a little bit synthetic, but I am enjoying it. And I must say that this has really grown on me. That is Shaghaf Oud Tonka. So those are the 5 perfumes that I changed my mind about, or let's just say like I grew to love. Now I want to know if there's any of you who had the same experience like me with these fragrances. Please let me know in the comments down below, or if you have fragrances that you grew to love as well. Like I want to know, because I find this topic very interesting as well, as it just explains that either our tastes change or they're just perfumes that turn out to be more beautiful as time goes by with maceration process, right? Yeah, that would be a very interesting topic. Thank you so much for watching, and see you on my next one. Bye guys.